Thank you for your interest in the ABC of Wisconsin Apprenticeship Program. When you receive the ABC Apprenticeship application, it might seem a little overwhelming, so let's take a few minutes to break it down and make the application process as seamless as possible. If you haven't already, please visit us at www.buildyourcareerwi.org and click on the Get Me Started tab to request an apprenticeship application. ABC Wisconsin trains apprentices in 12 different trades, and some requirements differ from one trade to the next, but we'll be sure to cover all of that here today. Unlike traditional higher education, apprenticeship is a full-time training program where apprentices work for construction contractors as their employees to receive 90% of the education on the job. The remainder of the education is in class, learning the book knowledge behind what you're doing on the job. Apprentices are paid by their employer both on the job and while in class, so the employer is investing in their employees. Because of how the apprenticeship is set up, it does require a contractor to sponsor their employee in the program. This means when filling out the application, there are two ways to start. The first way is if you already have a contractor who is ready to sponsor you in the apprenticeship. You would then be considered a sponsored applicant. The second way is if you don't work for a contractor yet, but you want to find one. When you turn in the application materials, ABC will pre-approve you for the apprenticeship and send you a list of the companies we work with so you can find a contractor. Unsponsored applicants do have an extra step, but ABC is here to help you with the process. Either way, by submitting the application and the other needed materials, you are starting the process for a great career. The first step in the process is to fill out the apprenticeship application. This differs from the employer application, which we'll talk about in a minute. When filling out this application, please take time to write legibly. We'd hate to have the application process delayed due to unclear or incomplete information. In the application, we're going to be looking for your trade of interest. This is the specific apprenticeship that you want to enroll in. For example, electrical or carpentry. If you are an unsponsored applicant and still have to find an employer, you may be still actually even considering a few different trades. You're welcome to list a few, but we really encourage you not to list all 12. It can get a little overwhelming. You are always welcome to add trades later if you change your mind. Remember, you are only actually going to go through one apprenticeship at a time. School location. Please list the technical college that is closest to you. Not all apprenticeship classes are held at all locations, but we do our best to accommodate. A list of all the paid-related instruction class locations can be found on our website on the Trades tab. The application date is just today's date. From there, we are going to be looking for your basic contact information, including your Social Security number. Your Social Security number is used by the Department of Workforce Development when you are contracted as an apprentice. From there, we're looking for your educational background and previous employment information. We also need to know if you've been previously or are currently serving in the military. There may be some veterans training benefits available. At the bottom, please sign the application. If you're a sponsored applicant and have a company ready to train you in the apprenticeship, please list your employer's name at the bottom. Lastly, please fill out the checklist to make sure that all the needed materials are included with your application. We're going to go through each one of these items in detail. Next in the application packet, you'll find the sponsoring employer application. If you currently work for a construction contractor who is ready to sponsor you, please have them complete this form. If your company has never trained apprentices before, please also refer them to the Become the Trainer portion of the www.abcwi.org website for more details on their roles and responsibilities. If you are an unsponsored applicant, this form does not need to be completed. When you find a contractor, then they're going to fill that out and return it to ABC. Next in the application packet, you will find the EEOC Supplemental Information Form that asks you your race, ethnic group, and gender. This form is only used for equal opportunity reporting purposes and will not be shared with employers. The ABC Wisconsin Apprenticeship Program is committed to the equal opportunity for all applicants. The recruitment, selection, employment, and training of apprentices during the apprenticeship shall be without discrimination because of race, color, religion, national origin, sex, age, creed, handicap, marital status, ancestry, sexual orientation, arrest record, conviction record, or membership in the military forces of the United States or this state. All applicants will need to show high school verification, but that can come in a variety of different forms. Please provide one of the following: your high school transcripts with your graduation date listed. If you're a senior in high school, please provide both the transcript along with verification from the school that you are on track for graduation. Or if you just have a copy of your high school diploma, we can accept a copy of that. Or a copy of your GED or HSED certificate. And lastly, if you participated in a home-based learning opportunity, we will need copies of the PI 1206 forms that were submitted to the Department of Public Instruction for the 4 years of high school. Your application will also require a copy of your driver's license or a letter from you verifying that you have a reliable transportation to get to work and school. If you are looking to apply for the carpentry, construction craft labor, electrical, heat and frost insulating, HVAC, plumbing, sheet metal, sprinkler fitting or seam fitting apprenticeships, there is an entrance test required. For most trades, you will need to either take the AccuPlacer or the ACT exam. If you have taken the ACT or AccuPlacer exam within the last 5 years, we can accept those scores. In 2019, AccuPlacer upgraded from the classic version to their next generation, and that is what is offered now. Different scores are required for the different trades, so be sure to reference the application for the specific scores needed for the trade you are applying for. Please note that HVAC, plumbing, and sheet metal applications do need the Algebra or QAS portion of the AccuPlacer if that is the test that they are taking. If you take the test and do not pass all of the sections, you only need to retake the sections that you do not have passing scores for. For example, if in high school 2 years ago you took the ACT exam and now you want to be a plumber and you want to read your reading scores was passing, but you received a 14 on the math, you would need to either just retake the ACT math again, or you take the next generation AccuPlacer and take the arithmetic and QAS portions of the exam to complete your application. Just for reference, QAS stands for Quantitative Reasoning, Algebra, and Statistics. To find more detailed information on the different testing sites, testing times, and fees that they may charge, please visit our website. To submit your scores with your application, you can either get us a copy of your test results, or included in the application is the form that you can take with you to the testing center and they can fill it out. If you took the ACT, some high schools print your ACT scores on your high school transcripts, which we can accept as well. If you are looking to apply for either the electrical or the steam fitting apprenticeships, you have an algebra course requirement. To complete your application, we need one of the following: verification, typically on your high school transcript, of 1 consecutive year of high school algebra with a minimum grade of C for both semesters. Home-based education graduates must show verification of taking algebra in the home-based learning classes and take the QAS portion of AccuPlacer and receive a minimum score of 216. If you've taken algebra after high school, we need to see 1 semester of algebra at the college level with a C or better. The classes can either be credited or non-credited. Lastly, if you have neither of these, there are self-paced online classes available. Please contact ABC for a list of approved options. When you have everything ready, please submit it to ABC. You can either mail or email the materials to us. If you need to send some materials separately, that's okay. We can add the materials to your application as you submit them. If anything is missing from your application, we'll be sure to let you know. Depending on if you're sponsored or unsponsored, it will depend on the next steps of the process. If you're sponsored, you will be scheduled for the local Apprenticeship Advisory Committee meeting, and it will be notified on when it is. At the committee meeting, you will be contracted as an apprentice and your apprenticeship will start. If you're unsponsored, you will receive a letter saying that you're pre-qualified to get into our apprenticeship, along with a list of contractors who are approved to train in the particular trade for that you're applying for. From there, it's a job search. But with this letter, it shows contractors that you're serious about this trade and have met the minimum qualifications to get into the apprenticeship. In addition, your name will be added to a list of people who are pre-qualified and ready to get into the apprenticeship that our approved trainers can reference. Once you are hired, the contractor will probably have you work a period of time before they start you into the apprenticeship. This amount of time varies by contractor. During that time, the contractor is making sure that you're a good fit for the company, and you're making sure that you want to do an apprenticeship in this trade with this contractor. When both are ready, the employer would submit the employer application that we talked about earlier. When ABC receives that last form, we'll get you scheduled for the committee meeting so you can start your apprenticeship. Apprenticeships are a great way to get into the industry and learn the full scope of the trade, all while getting paid. We can't wait to have you join our over 1,600 apprentices from across the state of Wisconsin in this high-skill, high-wage, essential industry. If you have any questions, call us at 800-829-9926 or visit us at buildyourcareerwi.org. You're also welcome to email us at apprenticeship@abcwi.org for more information or with questions. We look forward to working with you and you joining the next generation of craft professionals.